A Greenpeace boat carrying international youth activists arrived in Glasgow after fending off some resistance. It's not easy keeping determined climate activists away from the crucial COP26 summit. And today's Top 5. Welcome to Know This COP26 edition. I'm Alejandro Alba from Glasgow, where world leaders are under intense pressure to find solutions to save the planet. Let's count down and get to the biggest stories you need to know. Starting at number 5, one of the world's most beloved climate activists, David Attenborough, warns the world the time is now or humanity is doomed.
Our burning of fossil fuels, our destruction of nature, our approach to industry, construction and learning are releasing carbon into the atmosphere at an unprecedented pace and scale. We are already in trouble.
The naturalist and former broadcaster has been saying this for decades, and at COP26, Sir David is not sugarcoating the Earth's dire predicament and not holding back. The Conference of World Leaders comes after a summer of record-breaking heat waves in California, devastating hurricanes, and massive wildfires that last for weeks, even months. Attenborough's message to world leaders is direct. If humans don't reverse the course of climate change now, it will be too late. At number 4, a Greenpeace ship arrived in the heart of Glasgow after first being warned to stay away. The Rainbow Warrior, carrying 4 young climate activists, was first told it would be a breach of maritime laws and that Scotland police would take action if it proceeded to dock at the conference. But authorities reportedly had a change of heart and the ship was able to dock as planned. Scottish authorities even helped to facilitate the arrival, according to Greenpeace. One of the activists on board was 19-year-old Maria Reyes from Mexico.
My message for world leaders is that they cannot have a climate negotiation without the people most impacted by the climate crisis present. If we allow them to do that, COP26 is going to be a rich people's conversation.
Number 3, with world leaders vowing to step up in the fight against global warming, COP26 President Alok Sharma says they need to pay more attention to the younger voices.
It was very clear that young people are very worried about the future. And they're angry, and I think they have every right to be angry because world leaders collectively over time have failed to deliver. Yes, we've made progress. Yes, we are bending the curve towards 2 degrees, but we need to go faster. And that's what young people are calling for.
And one of the voices they will hear from is 19-year-old Xiye Bastida of Mexico. She's an activist for the Otomi Toltec indigenous people of Mexico.
I feel very lucky that I'm able to speak at the World Leaders Summit, but I'm gonna take that as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to lay out our demands. Because we are not just gonna come here and tell governments that we want more action because that hasn't worked, so we have to be specific, and we're not gonna throw this opportunity out of the window.
At number 2, inequity is a huge problem that's keeping many climate activists away from the conference. Aisha Siddiqa of the group Polluters Out said many activists struggle to make it to COP given the high prices of plane tickets, hotel rooms, and expensive Airbnbs.
The UK is making a great deal of revenue. I like to call this the Coachella of climate change because it kind of is. You have fancy men in fancy suits, some with 80 cars coming in, booking out entire hotels, and then the rest of us trying to find places to sleep and considering lodging on a boat because we can't find areas on land.
There are also reported issues with accessibility, including wheelchair access and COVID vaccine standards. And at number 1, climate change champion Greta Thunberg is in Glasgow, and while she's not scheduled to speak, her presence is everywhere. The 18-year-old activist says she was not officially invited to speak, but this is Greta, and she's not one to be silenced.
Inside COP, they're just politicians and people in power pretending to take our future seriously, pretending to take the present seriously of the people who are being affected already today by the climate crisis.
Inside the halls of the conference, her impact is clearly evident. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson channeled Greta and borrowed one of her most catchy recent one-liners.
All those promises will be nothing but blah, 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 to coin a phrase.
On Monday, Thunberg helped to start an online petition that accused political leaders of failing to meet their climate goals. It has already surpassed more than 1 million signatures. That's it for today. Tell me what was the biggest story for you in the comments below. And make sure to follow Now This Earth for more COP26 stories. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for more news you need to know.